So this is a strange quirk about the CP stage piano. Notice that the sound right now is on the CFX Grand and the indicator lights indicating the piano. And the piano, there's the piano sound. Let's say I move it to layered. And now there's the layered sound. And you can hear the layering, the strings. I'm going to turn it off. And I'm going to turn it back on again. And you'll see that the sound defaults back to the grand piano sound, even though the knob is clearly set to layered. And so in order to get that layered sound, you're going to have to move it off it and back on it again, which I find peculiar. I understand that some synthesizers that might be the case with, but this is a performance instrument. Same thing, again, look at the electric piano. So here's the electric piano. I'm going to move it to clavinet. I'm going to turn the unit off. Turn it back on. And you'll see that the sound will... Interesting. I have to turn it back on again. Then the sound defaults to... I'm going to turn that off. There's the rows. It should be on the clavinet because the indicator knob, you won't be able to see it because of the reflection, but there's a red line pointing to clavinet. All right? I'll do that again. Move it up to electric piano. Okay? Put it down to clavinet. Turn off the unit. Turn it back on. And not only is this off now, despite the fact that this was turned on, which I actually had noticed before, but if I turn it back on again, it defaults to Rhodes, even though the physical knob is selecting clavinet, and I have to turn that piano off. So just be aware that when you turn the power on and off, the unit's going to default back to the default settings, and despite the fact that these knobs, these hard knobs, which with indicators on them, are pointing to something else, or despite the fact that you think you might have flipped this switch, as you can see, most of these types of switches, these old school switches, they'll usually stay in one position when it's on or off. This doesn't. This actually you have to push on and off again. I don't quite understand the purpose of having a switch like this. You might as well have another button, like that. That would make more sense. This gives you the impression that if you move the switch one way or another, it's going to be on or off. But in this case, the switch is always pointing towards you. It's like spring-loaded. So there's a number of little quirks in the design in this instrument. Otherwise, it's a great instrument. Thanks. See ya.